What's up, idiots of the Schwing Dynasty? Your commissioner here to bring you guys week nine matchups, and your Thanksgiving side dish comparisons. This is a fun one. I had fun writing this one. It was a little hard for a couple of you guys. I'm not going to lie. Had a little trouble with a couple of your comp dishes. We have some somewhat confusing teams this year. Not sure what they are, including myself. I feel like my team is should be very good. I have a lot of good players, but I just can't seem to put it together too many weeks except for one so far. And we have a couple teams like that where it's like, what is happening here? What's going on? Bert's at the top right now. He's been near the top of this league since we started it. Sean obviously struggling with my curse, my blood sacrifice that I made to ensure that his team did not repeat. Obviously, they still could. I'm probably going to have to murder another elf here pretty soon or something like that. But let's jump in. Let's jump in with the matchups. Let's jump in with the Thanksgiving side comments. Maybe this is a couple weeks early. I probably should have done this closer to Thanksgiving week, but maybe I'll slide in a Thanksgiving dessert or something else comparison, or who your team is, like the person they are at Thanksgiving. I think that would be a fun one. Like who gets grandma falling asleep in her soup, who gets conspiracy theory uncle Mark, who's each person, who we dealing with here. But for now, Thanksgiving side dishes, that's who we're going with. Anyways, let's get started with that. I'm going to start with my game. I have the game of the week written at the top of my page here, but I'm going to skip past that, save that for the end. I'm going to start with my game since it was also at the top of my screen on Sleeper, as I've said every year. I probably don't need to say that anymore. But it's me versus Sean, okay? 4-4, me, number 7, against 5-3, Sean. This is the injured / bye week game. We are missing Dak, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon, Keenan Allen, Jonathan Taylor. Najee is out. Pretty sure a bye. He's got a bunch of people out. I can't remember. I knew them all. I had them all in my head. Oh, of course, Jamar Chase is out for a few weeks. Mark Andrews is questionable. Who knows? I think he's still got his projection in the lineup, but he's questionable. It's a bye week injury game. That's what's happening between Sean and I. And the projection has us both below where our projections have been a lot this season. I'm at 165 or so. He's at 165, 167. Sean's at 145, around there. I didn't actually write those ones down. I didn't write all of them down. In fact, I didn't write very many of the point projections down. That's weird for me. So anyways, it's around there, though. I have had really good fortune picking against myself. So I have to kind of pick Sean in this one. It is sort of a who-knows game. It's a lot of our backups. I'm hoping Ken Walker has a big week, of course. I'm hoping to stuff that down Mark's throat for the rest of eternity as I continue to watch him blossom into a true star in this league, hopefully, knock on wood. But who knows? Who knows with this game? So I'm picking Sean because I've had luck picking against myself recently. But of course I have a alternative thing, which is what the reason Sean will lose this game is due to a rash. Not a rash, not like a rash, like a breakout or a spreading, festering wounds festering intraanal wounds from gerbil bites are the reason that he will lose this game. So that's why I will win, but I'm picking Sean. Maybe his team will overcome their intraanal gerbil bites and find a way to carry on, brave soldiers. All right, 4-hour Thanksgiving comp. I am green bean casserole. Okay, I don't care what you say about green bean casserole. When it's good, it slaps. It's good. It's great. But it can be gross. It can be cold and mushy, and that's my team too. It can be soft, mushy garbage, wet, cold garbage. But when it's good, when those little onion things are crisp and delicious, that stuff can be great. I love it. It goes well with Thanksgiving. It's in my opinion, a perfect use of a otherwise somewhat disgusting vegetable. it's one of the only ways that green beans are like good. I is how I feel about it. Green beans are edible. Like you can shove a whole bunch of green beans in your mouth, but you're not like, this is great. So green bean casserole, that's me. It's capable of so much, and it can just be cold, mushy crap. And so that's my team. Sean, your mashed potatoes, which are a staple. You know, they're up there all the time. They're always on the table. But you, sir, this year especially are lumpy mashed potatoes. Your team's taking its lumps for sure. Someone beat your team down, but like they missed a lot of lumps while they were beating it. Well, moving on from that line, that came out of my mouth differently than I expected it to. That's what she said. Lumpy mashed potatoes, Sean. You are lumpy mashed potatoes. It should be really good. People like it. I'm not a huge fan of you or mashed potatoes, but people like it. They seem to think it's good. I guess I'll give you that when it's good, it's really good. It can be really good, I suppose I should say. But a lot of times it's lumpy garbage. And that's this year, lumpy garbage. So, and really half of your time in the Schwing Dynasty. Yeah. So, lumpy mashed potatoes. There you go. That's Sean's Thanksgiving comp for this year. All right. Obviously a good team, but very lumped up right now. Okay. Bert versus Mark. This is game 2. We've got the number 1 team in the league here at Bert at 7-1. We've got 4-4 Mark sitting at number 5 in our league. Mark's only chance, I feel, because the projection's like 187 for Bert to like 140 something, I think. I forgot to write this one down too. Mark's only chance to me is that his running backs, Josh Jacobs, and Joe Mixon, have to crush Bert's running backs of Aaron Jones and not AJ Dillon. Sean has him. Aaron Jones and Dalvin Cook for Mark to have a chance here. He needs them to just run away from Bert's running backs because DeAndre Hopkins is back for Bert. Cooper Kupp is just, he might be beat up, but that duo is really good. So I think Bert's going to win this game. I've got Bert projected to win this game. Now for their food comps, Bert, you are an asshole and no one likes you. Moving on. No, you're number 1 in the league. Okay. Now, for me, it took me a while to think of like, what do I think is the number 1 Thanksgiving side dish? And I don't have a set answer. There's a couple things that I put up there. But when I think of your team, you, sir, right now are fully loaded stuffing. Done the right way. It's put together well. You've done it, man. You've built a solid-ass roster. Man, you got some good stuff in there. It's, I don't know if you guys like pecans in your, or pecans, whatever you want to say, in your stuffing. I think they can add a nice little touch, but it's that celery, it's those onions, it's that yummy drippings and all that stuff. This is done right. It's in the bird. It's been sitting in there. It's been cooking away. Well done, sir. Well prepared stuffing. Mark, your mac and cheese. You're in there. You're good. The team is good, right? Maybe a little overrated. A lot of times it can be bland, like too bland. Mac and cheese can for me. I think people rely just too much on like, hey, more cheese. Mark, you're not doing that you are still doing that with the Seahawks, okay? And you've tried to add more cheese. You came after my cheese, Ken Walker, but you were short on cheese this year, so you've added some other little spices in there, and it's helping you. You're doing all right here. 4-4, number 5. You're in the playoffs right now. You're one of the top 5 on the table. Good job, dude. Your mac and cheese. You'll get diarrhea. It will give you diarrhea, of course. But you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy your diarrhea food. So, congrats on having a little less cheese than usual and needing to spice it up a little bit. Well done, man. All right. Next game we're moving to, Phil versus Adam. Bottom of the league bowl here. We've got 2-6 Phil, number 9 in the league, versus 0-8 Adam, number 10 in the league. As you can probably guess, this is not going to be the most complimentary food choices. Phil should win this game. Adam's team is just so hard to watch, like the players that you have not perform, the players that you have get injured, retire randomly, or like whatever Cam Akers is doing, just off this team. Ezekiel Elliott at the end of the career, still putting some good games together, but of course he's on bye this week. It's just like, it's hard. It's crazy. I don't know how you can have this many quarterbacks and none of them are truly startable. And obviously Trey Lance, God rest his soul, is a big part of that. Not that he died. Not that no. He's just long gone. Anyways, so 0-8. Yeah, Phil should win this game. Kamara's coming on now. Alvin Kamara's coming on. That alone might outscore Adam's team, I think. It's possible. But let's get to their comps. Okay, so despite Phil probably winning this pretty easily, you're soup. Okay, Phil, you're soup. You're just soup. I don't even care what kind. Butternut squash. You want to throw some leek and potato? I love soup, man. I do. My wife doesn't like soup. It makes me so mad. It's like to have this whole like I just don't like soup. I love soup, and I almost never get to make it because Brooke's just not a soup person, and there are some that she likes, but it's not enough that she's like, oh, let's have soup tonight. And there's a lot of nights where I'm like, let's have soup tonight. So soup is good, and that's the point of this pick. Is like. Soup looked good at the beginning of the meal. Soup was looking great at the start of the meal. We were hungry. Football was back. And what was on the table but your bowl of soup? And you're like, damn, I've been waiting all day for this Thanksgiving meal. Soup looks delicious. Soup is wonderful. It's hot. It was good at the beginning. And that's what Phil did in week 1. He was a great team. Started talking, started bragging. People were like, this soup is the shit. And guess what happens? Soup goes away. Soup goes away early in the meal, okay? Those soup bowls go away, and you're like, hey, what? I'm not, okay. Look at all this food. Look at everything else coming out here. Soup's over there in the corner getting cold, maybe getting a little chunky. People forget about soup by the end of the meal. It's like, oh, God, that turkey was well cooked. Potatoes were good. Stuffing was good. Do we have some soup tonight? Was there some soup at some point in this? And that's what's kind of happening with Phil's team right now. The soup has not been around for long enough. It wasn't around long enough, and now we're all forgetting about it. So if someone heats that thing up, though, if someone reheats that soup, then there you go. Alex, you guys got to go out to recess.
Wait.
No, there is no wait. I'm in the middle of something very important here, kids. Genesis, do you want to get me a lunch?
Yeah.
All right, here. I gotta tell my student to get me a lunch. Hold on just a second, guys.
Is that your wife?
Absolutely not.
She's being nice.
Have you met her? One lunch
Sally?
for Mr. T, please. My wife's name is not Sally. Thank you, Genesis.
I'm going with you, Jenny.
All right. So, yeah, soup. Good at the beginning. People forget about soup. It gets cold. It gets gross. That's the way it goes. All right. They're out. Got my lunch coming to me, too. Soup is playing against Adam, what is something even more forgettable than soup at the dinner table? Cranberry sauce. Cranberry sauce, most of the time, you open a can, you pour it out, and everyone forgets about it. It sits there untouched because it is disgusting. And there's times, cranberry sauce is great for after the meal. I do like cranberry sauce on a little turkey sandwich later, but if it's good turkey, you don't need cranberry sauce. But bigger thing is, a lot of people have tried a lot of things to make cranberry sauce good. Man, you throw some orange in there, you get some little other berries in there. It's still cranberry sauce. There's not much you can do with it to replace the fact that it's made out of cranberries. And that's Adam. He's tried, he's tweaked his roster. It looked like there was some improvement coming. It got real, like all these new cranberry sauce recipes last year. And it's like they're still not good, but somehow they're in the playoffs. I don't get it. And now they're back to being cranberry sauce. Everyone's like, we tried real hard for a couple of years there with cranberry sauce, and it was still cranberry sauce. So that's where Adam's team is right now. It's kind of returning to earth, and it's like, oh yeah, it's cranberry sauce. So there you go. 0-8, you get cranberry sauce. I mean, it was coming. Everyone should have seen that one coming. All right, next game, Lucas versus Steve. 4-4 Lucas, number 8 in the league, against 6-2 Steve, number 2 in the league. One of the only people in the league that seems to not be 4-4, by the way, is Steve at 6-2. Man, this is going to come down to Steve's projected to win this 174-154. I think he will win this game. It's going to come down to Derrick Henry and Travis Kelce. their teams are playing against each other. Steve has both of them. Derrick Henry needs Tennessee to be able to hang with KC. He needs them to be able to just hang out, keep the game a little bit slower, let him work through, let him get his carries. Okay, if he doesn't, then it's going to go sideways super quick for Derrick Henry because he might get sent to the sidelines. Okay, I'm on a little thing here, guys. I need you to skedazzle. Oh, check this out. Little pulled pork sandwich. Yes, indeed. No one's coming in here. Everyone out. Out. No one's coming in. Out, guys. Out. It's recess. Break time. I'll see you guys at reading time. Have fun. Bye, Alex. Stay out. No one's coming in. Put it on that table and go. Get skedaddle. Bye, guys.
Bye, Mr. T.
Bye, Adrian. Okay, so God, being a teacher. Okay, anyways, Lucas versus Steve. Yeah, it's going to come down to Kelsey, and if Travis Kelsey and Derrick Henry hit their projections, Steve wins this game. Henry does need them to stay close, though. He needs them to stay within reasonable distance of the score of Kansas City in order to keep running the ball. And their defense is good enough to do that. We'll see if it actually happens. They're better against the run than they are against the pass. Tennessee is, so that might be a problem. But that could mean that Travis Kelsey is also having a big day for Steve. So we'll see. I think that Steve's going to get this win. Lucas would need Travis Etienne to absolutely go off in order to win this game. I don't see it happening enough. I see Steve pulling away with the victory. Top two remains the same. And Steve goes to 7-2, and Lucas goes to 4-5. All right, on to their food comps. Lucas, you are corn on the cob. It's there. It's always there. Your team's always kind of been in the mix. Obviously you had 1 year, I think, in the swing so far that was really bad. But it's there, and it's fine. It's good. It takes it's corn on the cob. I don't know, man. Like, that's all I got. I don't know. It's good. It's good. Is it what I put on my plate? Not usually. I'm not taking up that much space with on my plate with a whole piece of corn, but it's good. Everyone likes it. Everyone likes Lucas. It's fine. Steve, your sweet potato casserole, buddy. Yeah, it's fucking great. It's delicious. Is it the top? No, it never is. It's never at the top of people's list, and I think it's a crime. I mean, Steve has won the championship, so this one doesn't make as much sense. But sweet potato casserole to me is so good. I really do love sweet potato casserole at Thanksgiving. But it's never I don't think it's ever on the top of most people's lists. Number 2. It's number 2 behind something. Mashed potatoes or stuffing or whatever. I feel like almost everybody has it number 2 on their list. Okay? There's some corn. Some corn just like old Lucas there. Yeah. But there's nothing, sweet potato casseroles, crushes. It's so good. Maybe not the healthiest. Maybe that's why people feel bad about the brown sugar and the marshmallows and all that kind of stuff. But it's Thanksgiving. Live it up. Live it up, boys, for one day. Have that gut ache afterwards. Constipated for days. Who knows? But, sweet potato casserole on Thanksgiving is just right. It's just right. So that's Steve. That's good, man. Just perfect in our league. Works well. All right, on to the game of the week. JD 4-4. Oh, this is a great game of the week, by the way. JD versus Daryl. 4-4 versus 4-4. Number 4 versus number 6. An old Schwing Dynasty rivalry. Going back to the days of Rivalry Week, which just became too ridiculous to put together. And honestly, we're forced. We should be allowing our own rivalries to develop. Obviously, Mark and I are developing into a rivalry over Ken Walker here, and how he will never, ever get him on his team. It's a great game. It's a great matchup. two good friends going at it. Same record. Point projections close. It's 165 for Daryl to 157 for JD. JD already has 20 points from Damian Pierce last night. So, you know, whenever you already have points locked in, your projection gets more and more likely. Daryl obviously has a little more volatility because he has no points locked in yet. This, to me, is really going to come down to one matchup, though, that should give us a ton of information about this matchup, and that's Amon-Ra St. Brown for JD, a player that, when he's on the field, I love him so much. Against Steph Diggs for Daryl, another player that I just love to watch play. JD needs that matchup to be real close. He needs it to be close. He can't have Diggs go off and try to win. And if Diggs goes off, Amon-Ra better go off too. And I think that's going to be the push point of this matchup, is that wide receiver duel. I think they're both really good. Love watching them play. I've got Daryl winning this. Okay, I trust Diggs' health right now, and the fact that Amon-Ra's been in and out of lineups. Very frustrating. I've got Daryl winning. Okay, now on to their comps. JD, this one kind of sucks for you, man, because you can't eat half of it. We'll figure it out, though. You are Brussels sprouts, but now you've got bacon and cheese on you, okay? Now, I know you don't eat bacon, so maybe we'll make this turkey bacon. I don't care. Whatever you want to put in it to make it good for you. Maybe it's just the cheese. You were Brussels sprouts, man. Now, though, we're spicing it up, and they're bringing a little more swag. They're getting some stuff in them. The Brussels sprouts have some pop. Got some Damian Pierce going on. Still got Lamar going. I love Brussels sprouts on their own. You put bacon and cheese in there, or whatever you want. Man, yeah, it's a good dish. It's a really good dish. It's an underrated dish. I didn't see it coming. Someone's like, I'm bringing Brussels sprouts. I'm like, cool, man. Do that. It's healthy. It's Thanksgiving-ish. But then you throw bacon and cheese. It's like, oh my God, I'm getting another scoop of those sprouts. Yeah, love them. Daryl, man, you are dinner rolls. You're dinner rolls. When those dinner rolls come out and they are steaming, they are fresh, they're hot, damn, those make Thanksgiving dinner. They really do. I don't care. They are so good. You get a little slab of butter or vegan butter on there, you know. Those things just pop. You get that. You open the little thing and the steam comes out. It's like a fucking party. It's like, oh shit, look at all that. And people take them. They're hot. They got the glow to them. They got that little dinner rolls. But dinner rolls can get soft or get cold. They start to get a little crusty, a little hard. They can be terrible. You got to cover them up. You got to keep them safe. You got to keep them hot. If you keep them hot, they're good. Daryl's team, hot, not. Back and forth. Maybe that describes everybody. For me, it worked on this one. Dinner rolls are great, though, when they're good. When they're good, oh, man, yeah. You cannot have Thanksgiving dinner without the dinner rolls. You have to have those. And they better be good, or else people are going to be like, what? It's the easiest thing to hit on. And it's so important that you do. So, Daryl, my man, your dinner rolls, very important. Both of you guys have some good dishes there. And it's going to be a good matchup. And I think Amon-Ra will not quite get enough to help JD overcome Daryl. That's it, fellas. That's our video. Peace.